Getting into prepping, priority number 4, fire. Good afternoon, my name is Christo and welcome back to Getting into Prepping. In today's video I'm going to discuss the basics of fire. Fire is one of our priorities, or the fourth priority, although as we discussed, priorities can vary depending on the situation, but for now we will see it as priority number 4. Fire has got quite a few uses that we can use it for. First of all, it is part of, if we look at the priorities as far as safety and security is concerned, it can be used to protect you from animals. If you are in a wildlife situation, you can use it for that. And it can also provide you some comfort. I know that probably one of the nicest things that you can think of is having a fire, because that fire, it gives you comfort, it makes you feel better about things. As far as first aid is concerned, you can use it for the sterilization of equipment, hygiene. For hygiene purposes, you can clean your cooking equipment, you can cook water to make your dishes, to clean your dishes. So that is also there. And then also a shelter. If you are in a situation where you need heat, obviously the fire will do that for you. Water purification, you can use your fire as a water to cook the water and to make it pure, to purify it. And it also in food preparation, you can use it as a braai or a cooking, for cooking, or even just warming up your food. And you can also use it for communication and signal, in terms of you can have a fire to signal somebody that you are there, or you can use the smoke by throwing some green leaves on it to generate some smoke. And you can also use it for navigation, as you can ask somebody to make a fire, and you use that as your backstop or your point where you are going to. So you can use your fire for navigation as well. So I'm going to discuss just the basics of fire. Basically, you need 3 things to make a fire work. First of all, you need a heat source. Second of all, you need oxygen. Without oxygen, no fire will survive. And then obviously you need the fuel, the wood, or whatever you're burning will be your fuel that you're going to use. So first of all, I'm just going to show you some means of the most common means used in a prepping, or in my preps, to start a fire with. First of all, I'm going to start off with just your 2 normal big lighters. It's just a big lighter that you can use. As you can see, it's quite a bit windy, but just lighters, big lighters. I prefer big lighters to any other lighters because they are big, not big. My lighters is always wrapped in duct tape. Duct tape can be used for a lot of things, but as far as fire is concerned, it can be used as a flame extender. In other words, it will help you to actually lengthen the burn time of your fire by just lighting it up. Then you're going to go to the next one, which is your normal match. This one is just the normal matches that I've got, but it also has got a little bit of a wax covering the head, which is supposedly to make it waterproof. I wouldn't say that it's waterproof, but it does resist water quite a bit. So you can use this safety matches or your normal line matches. It's exactly the same thing, just got a copper or a wax coating on the head. Next I've got here is a container with watertight, a watertight container with matches. These matches are just kept in here to keep them dry. This match does look a little bit different from the normal match. They are sold as in South Africa as being a fire lighter that can withstand weather and water and all of that stuff. This one is actually not. It's just a little bit of a, as you can see, it's got an extended head with some just to make it burn better, but it's definitely not windproof and waterproof and all of that stuff. Okay, so the next one I've got here is just a normal lion matches, but these ones is a little bit longer. As you can see, it's quite a long match. You can use that for starting your fire as well. Trick that I've learned is that if you can just take the duct tape and you put the duct tape around the match as well, as soon as you strike it, it then lights the duct tape, and that also gives you an extension of a few seconds, anything to make it better or to last it longer, to help you get your fire properly started, especially if you are using wet wood or damp wood. Anything that to extend your fire is going to be nice. Then I've also just got this Lion fire starters. It is basically just an a match on steroids. It's got the head where you can strike it, and then it's like a mini impregnated with paraffin that you can just use to actually extend the fire as well. Once again, anything that can give you a longer burning fire will give you a better option of actually starting a fire. So you have to make use of any and all means that you can use that to extend that fire or your starting thing. I've also got the ferro rod. This is one of my favorite party tricks that I normally use to start the fire. It's just a metal rod with a scraper. You just need to strike it, and then it actually throws sparks. You have to use fine tinder for this in order to make sure that you can get the fire started quicker. But I will go into details a bit later on as exactly how this is used and how it can help you. Then this is just also a smaller version, as you can see, just a thinner one, also extensively used for starting fires in the past, but this is just a second or the backup for that one. Then I've got this, I knew I was going to forget this name. I got it now. It's a magnesium bar. All you need to do is by making use of your scraper, you can just actually then scrape off small pieces of this onto some surface, on a surface that you're going to use. Once you've got that, then the ferro rod is built in there, or you can use the bigger ferro rod, just spark it on there, and that will also help you with starting a fire, especially in wet conditions. The magnesium bar is quite nice for that. Then just to especially in the beginning, to get yourself started and get yourself a good way to start a fire with a fire rod, is to make use of Vaseline. In here I've just got some Vaseline that is in a plastic bag, and normal cotton wool. Just take the cotton wool, get some Vaseline on it, make sure that it's all there and it's good lubricated quite well, and then you just need to pull this, make it the fibers available for the spark to take, and then you just put it on. I will link I'll put a little bit of a video later on in this video just to show you how we did it on Saturday, where we impregnated the cotton wool with the Vaseline, and by using the sparker or the scraper and the ferro rod, we actually managed to get that fire starting quite easily. Then another way that we also use for starting the fire is just this normal little cotton disc that we use. You can actually, we will show you later on, I will show you how do we made these, but basically it is just the cotton disc. You melt some wax, put it in there with some paraffin, let it dry on anything, and then you've got it, you can start the fire. What you do is you just bend it and make sure that you get those little fibers exposed. Once the fibers is exposed, you can use your ferro rod to then just get the spark on there, and it will take quite easily. This can burn, I've timed it, so I've used it and I've timed it up to 8 minutes, very easy, without any problems. So it gives you that initial start to make sure that you can actually start a fire properly with. If you've got damp wood or smaller wood, you can use this, it will work like a charm. 8 minutes, easy, no problem. Right, then just to show you how I normally carry it, I would just put it in a normal jiffy bag or a Ziploc bag with the cotton wool and the Vaseline and the wax tablets in there, and I put it in my Dixie. I will get to the Dixie a bit later on. I put this in my Dixie, and this is actually my fire kit that stays in my bug out bag. Right. Now that we know that we can start the fire, we need to look at how we can get wood. How do we process wood? The means that I like the most is my favorite axe. Andre, one of my friends, gave it to me. This is my my favorite axe. I like to keep it quite sharp. I like using it quite a bit. This is my, like I said, my favorite axe. I like using this to process wood. Just to make life easier for yourself, you don't always have to have that with you. It's just a folding saw that you can use to process the wood, to cut it down to size so that you can actually use it. You can also use your knife. I've used my knife as well to split the wood to make use of it. Yeah, as you can see, it's quite windy, so hopefully that has been sorted. Like I said, I've used my knife in the past to process wood. You can like make shavings with it. You can even use it to split the small pieces of wood or cut wood, depending on what your needs might be. We will get to that later on as well. Then just as some advice, since you are working with wood that's got splinters, just use hand protection. I've got my Old Faithful leather gloves here. They're also in my bag. Got them available for protection, so that they can also help me during any problem. Then once we've got the wood processed, you've got your fire started. Now we're looking at different ways that you can actually use it. I'm going to revert back to my Dixie. This one is quite new. I haven't used this one specifically for cooking. I have used my other ones, but this one you can use. All you need to do is just place it on your fire, and then you do your heating or your cooking inside your Dixie. You can get those at your military surplus stores. The old military guys will know exactly what this one is. Then the next one that we're looking at is the traditional good old braai. I'm a big fan of braaiing, so I've just made this project where I can actually I just got the folding braai, and I can just actually use the grips. I can extend them and use and make them shorter to just carry it easier in my pack. So that's just for that purpose. Then you also, if you're looking at different ways of having fire, you can also use your little gas stove. This gas stove comes out with a little container. You can carry one of these spare containers with you. Easy to start, easy to use. I think that everybody knows it. And then I've just got my Esbit stove. Your Esbit is just your fuel tablets, also referred to as the fuel tablets that you use. You get these at your military surplus store as well. Burns, it takes a little bit of getting it to light, but once it's lit, it actually burns quite nice. Got a lekker, terrible smell that will give you some very bad memories if you don't use it right. But this is what I use it with. It's just my little Esbit stove. Like you see, this one has been around the block a couple of times. I actually had to use my duct tape around my lighter to fix it up, to make sure that it's fine and that I can still use the box. Then you just need to fold it open like this. Once it's open, it actually comes with 24 small little tablets as well that you can use. Just put the tablet in, one or two tablets in here, light it, and then you can actually put your Dixie on there and utilize it as a cooking system. So that is what we are going to discuss. Fire is very important. It's got ample uses that you can use it for safety, security, preparing your food, preparing your water. So fire is very important. Get to know how to make fire. Once you're able to make a fire, it's going to make your life much easier in any emergency situation. So that is that. I'm just going to add the video, and then we will be back to discuss the closing. Okay, what I'm doing now is I'm just taking some of the Vaseline that is in a little plastic bag, just making sure that it is smeared all over the cotton wool, placing it there, and then taking my ferro rod and just gonna light it, and there we go. Just adding the small little tinder that we gathered around here to get the fire started. as you can see from that piece of cotton and Vaseline with the tinder that we added, and then the bigger sticks and wood, the fire is going well now. So we're just going to let it burn down to a proper coal bed, and then we're going to have a braai. Right, that's just a demonstration then of having used the Vaseline and cotton wool with in conjunction with the fire starter or the ferro rod to start a fire. By the way, that braai was quite nice. That it ended up being quite nice and enjoyable. I've used that technique to start off with and to learn the basics of getting the fire started. I've also taught my daughter Anna Marie and Riku, my Steph, I don't know what you call him, my Anna Lighty. I taught them how to use that to start the fires. I know that they are quite that Riku is going well with that. He enjoys starting fire with his fire with that method. So it's quite nice to do that. So yeah, that in short is then all regarding the fire. Thank you for spending the time with me. I hope that you did learn something, and we will definitely go into more details and demonstrations later on. But this is just a basic to prescribe or describe what we currently are having as far as fire is concerned. With that in mind, thank you for, like I said, thank you for spending time. I hope that you learned something. Enjoy the rest of your day, and keep on prepping.